With an eye for fashion, Simona Lisa loves her job as an interior decorator, and she believes Atlanta, a hub for successful African Americans, is a wonderful spot for her right now.
When people come here, they see that they can progress, they can spend their money in the black community. You can find the black culture in greatness and people doing extremely well.
But she says blacks and other minorities in the South still struggle to cast their ballots.
It's going slow.
Witness what unfolded in early June in the state's primary. Simona Lisa documented the hundreds of people in line and the voter frustration, splashing it across social media platforms.
This is just partway to where I'm going to be voting.
Long lines, poor coordination, confusion with new electronic voting machines. Throw in a pandemic and you have the perfect storm. And while there were problems throughout the state, they were worse in counties made up of African Americans and other minorities.
It was voter suppression in its finest. I mean, they were making it so hard, and we were like, okay, it's going to take a little longer, but we were going to stick and stay.
And the wait here to cast a ballot, 5 hours.
Where we are actually voting is where that fence is.
Critics are labeling the Georgia experience as a blatant attempt to try to suppress the votes of blacks and other minorities. While the state's Republican Secretary of State, who is responsible for certifying the vote, is putting much of the blame on local precinct leaders, many African Americans say they are concerned that the political party of Donald Trump will try to hijack this November's general election.
People didn't walk away. I didn't see people that said, I'm not standing out here.
Ralph Ochoa is a film and television hairstylist, among those who helped bring film star Tyler Perry to life.
I'll vote currently.
Ochoa also documented his wait, 5.5 hours in the rain. He says hurdles to cast a ballot are nothing new if you're black, but he says now there is a way to fight back.
What's happening now is that we can actually tape it, we can televise it. And that's really one of the saving graces, is that every time something happens, we are able to, most people have a phone and they're able to videotape it.
It's been ridiculous. Suppression at its finest.
I really think people are more cognizant now because they're kind of waking up like, well, damn, this has been happening before.
Every person that is out here that is angry, please vote in November.
It happens so often that Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to stop it. It didn't. So the message from these rallies, Black Lives Matter, and so do black votes. In fact, people of all colors are raising their voices. Ochoa says that is clear by the June results.
While all of this happened, and for voter suppression on the day of election or whatever, this was the largest turnout that we've had in history.
In the past decade, 24 U.S. states, including Georgia, passed new voting restrictions. They didn't prevent a big turnout here. The number of Georgia Democrats who voted in June tripled over the number from the last primary vote in 2016.
The door is near. There is the door.
Again, state officials are deflecting blame, accepting no responsibility for the chaos. With the general election only a few months away, there's no reason to believe there is a quick, easy fix.
I anticipate, yes, it will be the same. But I see now you need to plan ahead.
And apparently, be patient.
I voted. Yes, I did. 5 hours later.
All we know is that on election day, we've got to vote. This is probably the most critical vote. I'm 55 in my lifetime.
And nothing he says will stop him from casting a ballot this November. Sean Caleb's CGTN, Atlanta, Georgia.